and doing another workshop with Rabbi Ari and having all my newfound jewelry collaborators. I'm sure many of you by now are advanced jewelry makers, and even our first timers tonight will be advanced by the end of the session because it's so easy. I make it so easy. Beautiful, but easy. Yes. And so, you know, Rabbi Ari gives me the freedom to work with a theme in a way which resonates with me. You know, each of our themes, like we did Hanukkah, and there it was the jelly donuts. And for me, I wanted to concentrate on, for me, Passover, what resonates always is Elijah's cup. Because as Rabbi Ari was saying, it's just signifies the possibilities. You open the door during dinner and the world is there. Anything can happen, any possibility if we strive for it and believe in it and work toward it in a good spiritual manner. So this feeling of opening up the door for Elijah always resonates with me, and I feel it's so powerful. And another thing that Rabbi Ari said along the way is, they tried to kill us. We're here, let's eat. So but the spin tonight is let's drink. And of course, Passover gives us plenty of opportunities because we must drink 4 full cups of wine. But what's so great about the jewelry we're making today is that, you know, we can also celebrate the divinity of wine and its funness, you know, all the time. You know, we have Shabbat, you know, every week, and we can do a toast to the wine and l'chaim. And so this resonates both spiritually and in our daily lives, and it's a lot of fun. Excellent. So yes, so Elijah's cup, we're making a rosé bracelet and then a Cabernet necklace, which is going to signify when we spill the drops of wine. And that our drop of wine in the necklace is a genuine garnet in sterling silver bezel. So it's very nice. Okay, so I just wanted to start off with a quote. And so everything on my PDF instructions, as usual, is direct from Chabad.org. So everything's kosher. It's a great resource. So I just want to start with a overall kind of setting the stage theme for our celebration of wine. And that is that everything in the world deteriorates over time, but wine is unique in that it becomes better. This distinctive quality hints of God's intended purpose for all creation. So yes, we focus on wine with the 4 cups of Passover and Elijah's cup, but as we know, wine has a much bigger significance and yearly and daily positivity role in Judaism. So, and this is great. And, you know, we usually drink red wine, but, you know, why not have some rosé? Okay, so let's start making jewelry. Excellent. So you can follow along if you like on the, you know, step-by-step instructions, which are on page 2 of the PDF, but we're going to go through it together. It's very easy. Okay, so first you start with your cord, your elastic cord. Yep. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to start beading, and in Judaism, if we can, for the positive energies, we start from right to left. So if you can start beading, we're going to start beading from right to left. Okay, so first string a spacer bead. So the spacer bead, which once we make the bracelet, is the little silver bead that looks a bit like a donut. When we fit with the finished bracelet, it'll look like wine coaster. So, okay, so put just put the cord through the hole. Okay, and just once again, for general reminders and beading, you have to be careful, attentive. It's easy, but that doesn't mean it's foolproof. I mean, it can be foolproof if you're attentive. So, you know, once you have a few beads on, you can't be cavalier and, you know, not be attentive to the 2 ends, because then, you know, the beads might just fall everywhere and you might lose some and this and that. So just maintain focus and everything will work out great. Okay, so now bead a gemstone bead. So these beads are genuine rose quartz, genuine gemstone, rose quartz. So good for empathy, the stone. Okay, so you see now what we started with the silver spacer bead, then a gemstone bead, and we're going to do that 8 more times. Okay. Spacer bead, silver, gemstone bead. Along the way, of course, feel free to ask any questions.
Did you say we place a spacer between each of the beads, or we're doing
Yes.
8 quartz?
8 sets.
Oh,
Yes.
8 sets. Thank you.
Yes. Right. See in my, yeah. Yep. So you go, yes. So spacer bead, gemstone, and then repeat that set 8 times. Yep. Has anyone ever used rosé wine in the, I'm sure there must be, of course, there's kosher rosé wine, right, Rabbi?
Yeah, there is. It's like the kosher wine genre has really exploded over the last few decades. It used to be Manischewitz or bust. Right. I mean, that's really what kosher wine was. I listened to a podcast recently, which was very interesting about Manischewitz and how even though there are like better kosher wines, a lot of people still want to go Manischewitz just because it feels Jewish. But I think that's kind of like it feels Jewish to suffer. Philosophy, psychology that we have to get past, but nonetheless. Wait, but Donna, one question. In the PDF, it looks like that this is like 4 and 4. Are we supposed to be doing all 8 sets?
Oh, that was just showing along the way. No, that's not the completed.
I see. Okay.
So we do it to, it looks like that, but then add more on each side.
Got it. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification. Yeah, that was just to show in process. Yes.
I want to make sure to mention everybody that jumped on. So Arnett, welcome, and Danielle, welcome, and Sandrine, welcome, and Meira, welcome, and Mom, and Zadie, welcome. Good to see you guys. Welcome, welcome. By the way, Razel mentioned in the chat, would love to see some Sefirat HaOmer themed jewelry in the future as we count up to receiving the Torah. That might be a cool theme. 49 beads or something.
That's doable. Yes.
All right, we got some stuff to think about.
I think we could do that maybe even with a necklace, because we started with the beaded necklace, you know, the Sefirot energies. But it'd be nice to do another, and we've done several metal necklaces. It would be nice to do another gemstone necklace.
And just to mention this, as we go along tonight, Donna and I will be sharing some more insights on wine, the connection between wine and Passover, some of the spiritual ideas, Elijah's cup and significance. So stay tuned for some more wine insights.
Yes. So the first thing that we know for the 4 cups is that they represent the 4 expressions of redemption. I will take you out, I will deliver you, I will redeem you, and I will acquire you. And I like, this was actually, no, I think I added this one word. I think I did give myself permission to change one word. I said a toast, if you will, for each of these expressions. L'chaim, if you will, yes. And that's a big toast because you drink the whole glass. So how's everybody doing? Everyone getting there? Because we're coming to the next step. The exciting step of adding the charms. All right, I think we're all pretty much at this stage now. Looks good, Rabbi. Okay, so we all should look basically like this. Now, the exciting part. So we have two really cute charms. One is a bottle of kosher wine, and one is a wine goblet.
Mavushal kosher wine.
There you go. Okay, so either one, you can put either one first. Put one of the charms. You see, of course, there's the cute little hole at the top. Put that in. Oh, let me see. One little caveat. When we, oh, no, okay. I'll make it easier. Okay, so you will put it after one of the spacer beads, one of the wine coaster beads. You put one of the charms. Now let me change that. Yep. Put the charm directly against one of the gemstone beads. You see? It falls better that way. Is that, everyone got that? So when you put the charm in directly against the gemstone bead, not with a spacer bead in between. I mean, it's, you know, it works either way, but it just will fall a little nicer this way. Then put 5 spacer beads.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are there any more of the little cups? Because unfortunately, I don't know if you can see, but my little hook thing is broken. So
I'm so sorry. That's our first time that happened, but I can send you one or get you one.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
That would be great.
My pleasure.
No worries at all.
Thank you.
Yeah, just with the nature of glass, you know,
Yeah.
glasses is it's so fragile. It's
Yes. Yes. You know, that's what, yes, exactly. This is real. These are right. These are
Maybe
handmade
somebody
items
got,
and natural gemstones. Yes.
maybe somebody got married
Oh.
and they broke the glass.
Oh my God, that's so cute. That's so funny.
Thank you. That's where Ari gets a sense of humor from.
I didn't get it at first. Yes, now I get it. Nice. Okay, so we have the 5 spacer beads, and then you put the other charm. Mhm. And then a gemstone bead. And then start, you know, the same pattern. Spacer, gemstone, until you're done. So is everybody looking like this? And you see it's cute. So you know, looks like you're kind of toasting. Yeah. Okie dokie.
So after the second charm, do we put it up against the gemstone as well to let it lay
Yes.
better? Okay.
Yes. Yes. I mean, in general, most of the time, unless it's for some kind of artistic decision, we like to have symmetry. Yes. Balance. Yep. I mean, there are certain styles where, you know, just like in fashion, the goal is not to have symmetry, but then that would be an individual artistic choice, but the standard is symmetry. Mhm. So is everybody now on the second half of the starting to bead? Getting there.
We've crossed the Red Sea.
And it became pink. It became rosé. So isn't it cute? Like the spacers look like wine coasters. And of course, you know, the bottle charm and the wine goblet charm, like especially the goblet looks like the traditional Kiddush cup, you know, antique silver. So I hope everyone's being careful and not letting the beads fall off. Any questions, just feel free to jump in. So I make, you know, I design the bracelets for average woman's size wrist, but generally there should be a couple extra beads just in case you want to make it larger. So for the general woman's size, the general medium women's wrist, it would be 9 sets on each side. Now be very careful when you hold up the beaded cord before we've fastened it, because you certainly don't want all the beads to fall off after this nice handiwork. So if you're doing it, you know, the average medium women's size wrists, so it's going to be 9 gemstones on each side, separated by the spacer beads. So the 2 ends of the cords end with spacer beads. So is everyone pretty much at this point? Now the magic. Excellent. Turning this all into a bracelet, into a rosé bracelet. So very carefully hold the 2 ends together, the 2 ends of the cord. Now just gently stretch a bit. So this doesn't give a lot, but gently stretch the cord. Be careful and gently stretch it just a bit, just to give it a little give. So make it easier when we take the bracelet off and put the bracelet on. Just gently and be careful. Okay, so once we've done that, now we're going to make the knot. So we hold up the 2 ends, 1 in each hand. Make a double knot. Slowly, but firmly, slowly pull and make the knot. So it's pulled tight. Then make another knot. Pull tight. 1 more.
Donna,
Yes.
I have a question. Did you say 9 on each side? Because I thought
9
it was 8 on each.
sets. 9
9.
sets.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, so you're counting the, okay,
Right.
got it.
Voila. Any other questions? And so if you want to glue it later on, just take a tiny, tiny, tiny minuscule drop of glue and put it on the knot, preferably a glue that's clear. It's like Monster glue, the clear version, not Elmer's glue. And then when you cut the ends of the cord so that they're not all the way extended, you can leave a little bit near the knot, because the last thing you want to do is cut too close, which may inadvertently cut the knot. So definitely be very careful when you're cutting the excess cord off, not to tie the knot.
I have a quick question, Donna.
Yep.
Do you want us to put 2 spacer beads at the very end?
Yes.
Or just one?
So each side will end with a spacer bead.
Right. But
Yes. And the reason I designed it this way is because that way it makes the knot fall nicer.
okay.
And also it gives it some symmetry directly across the way for the 5 spacer beads.
Okay, because all right, I gotta understand.
There's a little bit of extra flair there. A little bit of extra style. I mean, you know, there's a lot of flexibility, you know.
Thank you.
Yes, you can, you know, there's a lot of individual artistic choice permissible. To give it your own stamp. Yep.
Donna, do you recommend that the charms fall on the actual arm, or that they kind of hang so you can see them better, like up on the arm like that?
So
Or
that's really a personal preference. I mean, you know, I guess at certain parts of the day you could have it up and certain times flat. So you have, again, some artistic flexibility, you know. It is cute if it's standing up, right? It looks like that. So you have, you know, like if you have the coat on, you can put it down. Or if you know, summertime and, you know, definitely to have it up, give it some flair. So you have the 2 options that they both work well. Good question. So I want to also remind you guys of how you put the bracelet on and take it off. So, you know, these are sturdy, but also delicate. I mean, you know, they need attentive care. So stretch bracelet, what you want to do is, and this is for all stretch bracelets, you hold your palm like that. So not like that, not with the wide open and not with the big knuckles. Mostly flat, tiny bit knuckle. And then you put the bracelet over the tips of the middle, you know, the middle of the extended fingers, and then slowly over all of the 5 fingers, slowly, gently. So you don't want to go like that, because that's, you know, that we don't want to mess with the stretch cord. Okay, so that's what you do. And then the same thing off, just very gently roll it off. Any other questions? So everybody has made their bracelet? Nice. Can we see? Can everyone hold up their? Look at that. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Excellent. Nice. Good job. See, you're an artist now. Jewelry artist. How's everyone else doing?
Good. We're starting to have a nice collection.
Right?
Jewelry collection from you.
Exactly. I know. So, and that to match all the different holidays. Remember, it was nice was Purim that we could actually use the jewelry to participate in the holiday. Yes, Andrina and I were at the Megillah reading here outdoors at the Chabad, and we used our silk necklace, you know, bell groggers that we made at the last jewelry making workshop, and we rang the bells, and Haman was afraid. So this you can wear during the Seder, and with each cup, with the 4 cups, this will definitely help us close to our souls with the redemption that we are remembering.
So if I may just jump in for a minute on some of the Kabbalah of wine. So first of all, something interesting, the Talmud says, Nichnas yayin yatsa sod, which means when wine enters, secrets exit, right? When people imbibe wine, suddenly they start spilling all the secrets. What's interesting is in Hebrew numerology, so the numerology of yayin, wine, is 60. Is yayin is 70. It's the numerology is 70 of yayin. Yud, nun. So yud is 10, and nun is 50. 10 plus 50 is 70. Sod, secret, is also 70. So the numerology of wine and secret, they both equal 70, not 60. They both equal 70. So there's an essential connection between wine and secrets. And what is a secret? A secret is something deep, something that's inside. And I think one of the themes of Pesach, of Passover, is not just, as I said before, an external liberation, external exodus, but an internal exodus, really revealing the truth of who we are and asserting self. It's about not being afraid to be who we are, to be as we are, not feeling like we need to conform, but really being liberated and to be free. And that's our inner secret, if you will, coming out. One other element that I want to share is that there are 2 major themes of Passover, food-wise, or food and beverage, right? The food is the matzah and the beverage is the wine. The matzah doesn't have a lot of taste. The wine, hopefully, is very tasty. So this represents 2 elements of our spiritual work. Part of it is the matzah, right? Part of it is the dedication, even when it's not glamorous, even when it's difficult, even when it's, it just requires consistency to do what we need to do on a daily basis. We do it. That's like the matzah. The matzah it's not glamorous, it's flat bread, it's simple, but we're doing it. Then there's the wine, which is the more sophisticated beverage. It tastes good, it's elegant, it's sophisticated, and that represents serving God with our mind and with our intelligence and with our sophistication. So really it's about hitting both elements. It's the simple dedication to what needs to be done, but at the same time, it's also developing an appreciation for, developing a taste for the good things that we're doing. So again, just another mystical insight into the significance of wine and the interplay between the wine and the matzah.
Nice, thank you. Also, so with the rosé bracelet, this would be very nice. You can actually consider when you're wearing it at any time during the year that you are actually wearing Elijah's cup. So basically, so you can be, again, like I mentioned before, have the spirituality to be on the ready for whatever abundances we may be awarded. So that's very nice to think that we have a personal Elijah's cup at the ready for us at all time. So I wrote in the PDF, it says the first 4 expressions of the redemption are something that we are to drink, the 4 cups, to actively pursue and realize ourselves. But why pour a cup if we lack the ability to drink it? Rabbi, can you tell us? What? So why do we pour Elijah's cup if we're not to drink it?
So Elijah's cup corresponds to the future redemption. So it's kind of like there are 4 dimensions that we can access. And then the 5th dimension, which is a little bit beyond what we can reach now. So we pour it, we anticipate it, but we're not there yet. On a very simple level, without getting too mystical or too philosophical, what it means is that as far as we've progressed with the world, as far as we've gone in the areas of human rights and freedoms and liberties and all of the wonderful things that we've accomplished as human beings and as Jews and human beings together, etc., there's still, the world that we live in is still not perfect, and we don't need to look too far to realize that there's still a lot of work that needs to be done in all areas, spiritual, practical, communal, human rights, etc. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done. And the message is the fifth cup, we can see it. It's on the table. It's right there. We can't drink it yet because it's not, we're not tasting that final step, but it's insight. It's like when you're running that marathon and you see the end, you see the ribbon or whatever it is at the end. I haven't run a marathon, so that's why I don't know what it's called, but you see the finish line. There you go. You see the finish line up ahead and you're getting close, but you're not yet across it. So we pour the fifth cup, which is the ultimate redemption, right? The Mashiach, which is a perfect world, utopian world, no war, no hunger, no fighting, no jealousy. It's a better world. It's a healed world. We pour it, we look at it, we anticipate it. Hopefully this year we'll drink it.
Nice. Then, of course, we have the drops of wine. I mean, some people, right, put their finger in the glass, and some people spill it. Is that like dependent on individual families or Ashkenazi Sephardic? Rabbi, how does each Seder determine how they're going to?
So the Haggadah story, there are 4 cups of wine and they're poured at different parts of the Seder. So the second cup of wine is poured before we tell the story. And as we kind of get toward the end of the story, we read about the 10 plagues. So we actually spill some of the wine out of our cups with each mention of the 10 plagues. And the reason is simple. It's actually it's brought down in Kabbalah, but it's even on a basic level. It's because wine represents joy, and we're joyous on the one hand for our salvation, but at the end of the day, other people suffered. The Egyptians, even though they were our slave masters, and you know their consequences happened, but nonetheless we don't celebrate their downfall. We don't celebrate the plagues. We acknowledge the plagues, but with each plague we decrease from our wine, we decrease from our own joy. And that's a profound sensitivity, right? It's a profound sensitivity that's embedded in Jewish practice. And it's, you know, we may not even know why we're doing it. It's just one of those things that we do at the Seder, but it's really important to think about how we don't, you know, dance over the Egyptians and the plagues. It's something that we hurt as they hurt, even though it needed to happen in order, you know, for us to be free. Nonetheless, there are two, as you mentioned, there are 2 different ways to do it. Some actually dip their finger in the cup and put it out that way. Chabad custom is you pour out the cup a little bit, you know, directly just from the cup into a broken dish. By the way, the custom is to use a broken dish. Use a dish that actually has a crack in it. Again, it's not a happy occasion. It's not like we're celebrating the downfall of the Egyptians. We celebrate our freedom. And when the Egyptian suffers, it's something that hurts us as well. I see that Razel mentioned in the chat about the custom to not pour our own 4 glasses. That's also a custom that many have. Some people pour their own 4 glasses of wine, but others, each one pours the other one, because on this night we're free, or we're trying to at least step into that space of freedom. And one of the ways to do that is you don't pour your own glass of wine. Chabad custom, actually, I should mention, is that we do pour our own glass of wine. But again, there's so many different customs. That's what makes Judaism so beautiful, is that mosaic of traditions that come together. But yeah, that's so we have two areas in which there are different traditions. One is how we pour out the wine for the 10 plagues, and one is how we pour in the cup, the wine for the cups of wine. But it's all part of what makes it exciting.
Yes, and in any way, they all end up as drops coming out. So that's what we're gonna make a wine drop necklace. So in the PDF, which is cute, I made the heading "Spill the Wine." I know that is a reference to a song, right? Because the Chabad.org does say we have a custom to sprinkle a bit of the wine or spill a bit of the wine. 16 times during the recitation of the Haggadah, 3 drops when we say blood, fire, and columns of smoke, 10 drops when we enumerate the 10 plagues by name, and 3 final drops when we say Tetzak, Adash, Bahav, Rabbi Yehuda's Mimamic for 10 plagues. So just like, so we've just composed our Elijah's Cup bracelet, which you can have your own personal Elijah cup always at the ready. Now we're going to make a wine drop necklace. So you will have that close to your heart. Okay, so this, we have a mesh necklace chain, and it's adjustable. So it's a lobster clasp, and you can, when you put it on, you can insert the clasp to make it shorter at the tip of the other side, or to make it longer at the end of the extension, either way. Okay, now we're going to prepare the wine drop pendant. So this is our burgundy wine drop garnet, genuine garnet in sterling silver bezel, and you can see it looks just like a wine drop. Okay, then we have the connector. So you hold the charm in one hand between your fingers. You hold the connector between fingers in the other hand, and you place the whole of the charm inside one of the prongs of the connector and hold it. And while you're holding it, you push down firmly on the connector. You have to be firm but gentle, and slow but consistent, so that the two prongs are going to come to be flush with each other. Anyone have any questions on that? Okay. There you go. So that gives you the charm. Beautiful, looks beautiful. Yes, good job. Yep, then you simply put it through the side with the extender, through the connector. And you have a gorgeous combo, beautiful combo wine set, genuine garnet and sterling silver wine drop necklace, adjustable, eh? That looks beautiful, Donna. Look at that. Yeah.
And it's my birthstone.
Nice. Nice, perfect.
Mine too.
Beautiful. And then of course, nice coordinating with the bracelet. And what's nice is that we have the coordinating silver, and then so what's nice that it's not like two rose quartz items or two garnet, they're in the same tonal family, so you have that distinctiveness but harmony. So it's a beautiful set that will definitely complement your Seder this year.
And it's my granddaughter's birthstone, Ari Rivas Garnet.
Oh, there you go.
It's a popular stone.
Wait a second. What's the birth month? It's January?
January.
January.
Look at that. I'll tell Riva when I get home.
She'll have a present for the Seder.
Yes. And last month we left for Purim, we did Rabbi Ari's birthstone, amethyst.
Donna, I must say it's really beautiful, and it's just incredible how creative and how the theme fits, the spiritual theme fits, the practical artistry fits. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Kudos.
Thank you. Beautiful. Does everyone do their necklace? Any questions? Perfect, perfect.
So just to mention that we've been talking a lot about wine, just a note, if wine is, not everyone can drink wine. So if you can't drink wine, you can certainly do grape juice. Preferably though, again, if you can, preferably to do wine. As Donna mentioned, there is a tradition to try to knock down the whole glass, which is why I always suggest get a smaller glass. If you want to do it, get a small, like we have glasses that are like 3.5 ounces, which is perfect. So get a smaller glass. That way you get the whole thing without, too much. Moderation is always good.
What's the minimum in each glass?
3.2 ounces. A glass needs to be a revius, which in the modern, that's the original halachic fluid measure. In English, in modern measurements in ounces, it would be about 3.2 ounces. And a lot of cups are 3 ounces. I don't know a lot of cups, but some little cups are 3 ounces, just to make it more complicated.
But of course, the Chabad custom is to make it overflowing. So that's the round up. So there's no obligation to drink wine after the fest. So the first four, so are the cups through the whole Seder or just the first half?
The cups are through the whole Seder. So we
Seder.
start off with the first step of the Seder is called Kadesh, which is the Kiddush. And that's the first cup. The second cup is poured before we tell the story. The third cup is poured after the meal for the grace after meals. And then once that's done, we immediately pour the fourth cup. And that's what we say the Hallel, the final praises of thanksgiving to God. And then we conclude the Seder by drinking the fourth cup of wine. So it kind of bookends the whole experience. Although the last two are in close proximity, but you know what, it's closing time and you gotta, the drinks are poured. That's it.
What if Elijah doesn't finish his cup? What do we do with that one?
Yeah, I mean, Elijah makes a lot of stops at a lot of Seders. By the way, so he needs a little pick-me-up. So one of the reasons why Elijah is said to show up to every Seder, and this, I think it's a very, very significant idea. We know that Elijah is welcomed to two specific events. Number one, a Brit Milah, circumcision. We have the chair of Elijah, right? That's officially part of the ceremony, is the Elijah's chair, and that's what the baby is put down on, Elijah's chair. We welcome Elijah to the bris, to the Brit Milah, circumcision, and to the Seder. We open the door, we have a cup for Elijah. So the question is, what's with these two specific mitzvot, the Brit Milah and the Passover Seder? Why Elijah? And so it really goes back to the story of Elijah. Elijah was a prophet. He was somebody who railed against the negative. Some of the people were not behaving the way that they should have, perhaps in his times, and he was railing against the people that weren't being faithful to God and weren't being monotheistic and were serving idols on the side. So he railed against the people to the extent that the king then was Ahab or Achav, who married Jezebel or Izebel, and they were all into idols, and he was against it. And long story short, he railed against the king and against idolatry, and ultimately he turns to God and says, "What else can I do? I'm the only one that's with you. Everyone else has completely gone off the rails. Everyone else is serving idols. I'm the only one that's faithful to you." And essentially, God's response is, "Are you sure about that? You're the only one?" Throughout history, every time a young boy is entered into the covenant, you are, "Oh, hey, Riva. Hey, how's it going?" So every time a young boy will enter into the Jewish covenant, so you will see it, you'll witness it firsthand. And every Passover, as we celebrate the Exodus and as we commit to walking with God from Egypt into the unknown, which is what happened, by the way, at the Exodus. We walked with God. We left Egypt and we walked where? into the wilderness, into the desert, into the unknown. We walk with God again every year on Passover, where we take a deep breath and we say, well, wherever we need to go, we're going to go. It's a commitment to go where we need to go. And Elijah is told by God, show up to every house that has a Seder, just so you can see that you're not the only one, right? I'm the only one that believes that's with you, that's faithful. God says, hold my beer. I mean, hold my glass of wine. You're going to go to this house, and then you're going to that house, and then the other house. And you'll see you're not so alone. It's not such a lonely life, Elijah. For thousands of years, you have good company, and that's it. So it's kind of like proving a point, but it's also, I think, a beautiful thing that Elijah joins us. And I think, Nassim, you said that Riva is wearing the jewelry, or was wearing the jewelry, or has the jewelry. Riva, do you have the jewelry? Oof, look at that.
It's her birthstone, remember?
Oh, you have the kit, it looks like. All right. Lovely.
Any other questions?
All right, any Passover or jewelry questions? Or
Every-
Passover jewelry questions?
Everything is beautiful. That's all I want to say.
Thank you. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see
Agreed,
you.
agreed.
Pleasure to see everybody.
I want to mention a special thank you to Dr. Joy Maxey for helping sponsor this Purim Passover series. Thank you, thank you. May you be blessed with all of the blessings that you want and need, or that you need and want. And
L'chaim.
l'chaim. We can drink the bracelet. So thank you. And Donna, as always, thank you for the concept and for sourcing everything and for putting together the kits, and of course for leading us bravely into the world of jewelry making. Thank you for everything. Thank you,
Thank
Donna.
you. It's a pleasure, a highlight for me of all the holidays. And I thank all my lovely Chabad lady friends for the support. And it's so nice to see, like I remember at the Hanukkah party we had at Potts City Market. I remember Shana was walking around with her jewelry. It's so nice. And then Sandrine, at the Purim Festival, it's so nice to see everyone, enjoying their individual handcrafted jewelry art.
Thank you,
Fabulous,
Donna.
fabulous.
And everybody, if you want to see more of Donna and her jewelry, she's starting the farmers market at Pond City Market. So I think it's every Wednesday afternoon.
I'm not sure of the schedule yet. They haven't really determined the schedule. But thank you. But of course, I'm always online.
Online.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. But also we have upcoming, Donna's
Right.
going to be doing for Limud, 70 Facets Shavuot. It looks really beautiful. I don't know if you can
Yes, so
see
this
that.
is.
Oh,
this
you
is
have
the-
it actually? Okay.
The
Yeah.
bracelet, I'm really excited. It's faux pearl, but gorgeous. And then genuine sapphire nugget. It's beautiful. And then the necklace, beautiful dainty gold chain with lovely tree of life with 10 commandments embedded. So, we just did the silver theme, and for Shavuot, it would be the gold theme, which of course, that's also makes sense because the gold used in the Mishkan and things like that. So yes, very excited. Genuine sapphire.
It's gorgeous. So I'm looking at the little card
Yes.
flyer thing, the postcard, and I can see that gold
Tree of life with the 10
tree of
commandments.
life is gorgeous. It's something you would see like from a very ornate synagogue, like on the ark or something. It's really gorgeous. It's got the 10 commandments. It's really beautiful. Tree of life. Great theme for the holiday Shavuot. But before we get to Shavuot, we got to get out of Egypt. This is our escape room. But we are guaranteed to get out. I'll just make a quick announcement. If anybody needs help sourcing anything for the Seder, if you need help getting some matzah or anything, let me know. You can reach out to me, text me, call me, email me, and I'm happy to help. If you need a Seder, let me know. I can help with that as well. Otherwise, I want to wish
It's also
everybody.
the one lady that wanted, I have to get to her the charm.
Yes, yes. Anya, yeah.
Oh, Tanya? Okay, so is it which
the-
charm is it?
It was the cup, I think, right?
The cup, okay.
The cup.
It's almost on its way.
Okay. We don't live that far from the in-town Chabad, so if like you want to leave it, we could swing by and pick it up.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Okay, so
Okay, Donna, final words.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. I enjoy having you all as newfound jewelry artists, and it's so exciting. And the courses that we study together, the Torah inspiration that we do together, that we all do together every week, helps me in my inspiration. That's what inspires everything. And all you nice new friends are part of it because we study together and we all ask questions together. So we're all together infused in these designs that I developed from, following all the great inspiration that we have from Torah. And then since we're all creating these pieces together and individually, we're all connected that way as well. So thank you for your support, and it's a pleasure, and I always look forward to being able to share this with you all.
Awesome. Well, Donna, thank you again. Thanks for everything. And I want to wish everybody a Chag Kosher V'Sameach, a very happy and kosher and healthy and calm Passover, Pesach. It should be indeed liberating. And you know what they say? Dust is not chametz. So, I mean, some dust is, some crumbs are, but not all dust is. So we can be a little, just not be too hard on ourselves as we get ready for the holiday, and we can focus on kind of the deeper messages. I will mention one more thing that I just remembered that I want to mention. Coming up after Passover, I think the date is, what is it? April. I think it's April 16th. It's a Friday night. It's about a week and a half. Well, it's like not the first Friday night after Passover, but it's the one after. I think it's the 16th of April. We're having our very first, since COVID, we're having our very first in-town Jewish Academy Shabbat dinner outdoors. It'll be nice and distanced, but it will be outdoors. It's going to be done in a very safe way, but we're going to be together as a community celebrating Shabbat with a deluxe, gourmet, exquisite 3-course dinner. It's called Shabbat Under the Stars, and everybody's invited. You can check it out on the website, intownjewishacademy.org, as well as other upcoming events and opportunities. So thank you all for joining. Donna, thank you for creating and helping us create as well. Happy Passover to everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rabbi. Thank you, Donna.
Thank you. Bravo. Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.